All right, guys, welcome to Hear the Athlete series. We are here with one half of the co-main event of the Attica Takedown taking place next Saturday, August 19th, 2023 at the Veterans Memorial Park in Attica, New York, sponsored by Takedown Tree Service of Western New York. We're going to be able to hear Izzy, the suspicious, I'm going to say he's called the suspicious, but we're going to call him the suspicious one because we can't see him until Friday, Saturday night when he competes. He is from, he's with a strong style fight team out of Independence, Ohio. He is fighting against a good friend, Kyle Rosiski, on Saturday night as the main event. Izzy, I truly appreciate the time. How are you?
Well, very good. Thank you for the time, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, how long have you and Kyle been friends?
Oh, I lost track because he punched me so many times in the head. Probably since 2011 or 12.
Okay. And what's it like fighting like a friend? Because you hear a lot lately in the news in like the UFC world. Kamaru Usman has been in the news about fighting Shavkat Rakhmonov. He said that he wouldn't stand in the way of helping someone get their dream if a title was on the line. However, for just a normal fight, he wouldn't take it. How do you separate the two?
I mean, I've trained with Kyle and with all my other sparring partners, and some of them are in the UFC, Bellator, and stuff like that. I'll fight them I'd fight them. I don't, it doesn't bother me because we fought many times in the gym. What, one time's gonna do? I mean, come on. I'd fight my friends straight up, and all my friends know that.
And do you can is it easy? I mean, personally, for me, I would have a hard time fighting like Danny Kirkpatrick, who is the ring announcer, who is a major driving force of this event in Attica on Saturday the 19th. I don't think I could have the mentality to fight a friend. Like how do you, how
Right.
like how do you block that off? Is it because it's a sport and you're a professional and you can separate the two? You and Kyle can separate it. How does that all work?
I don't think about it as fighting. Even in my sparring, I think about it as a game. If I can trick you and land better shots, I'll be better. It's not like fighting. People think about fighting, but I think about like the mental game more than the physical side. If I
Yeah.
can trick you, land clean shots, dude, I'm superior, right? I mean, that's what I want to do. And he knows my style. I know his style. Who can trick the other guy better? And if you can land clean shots and put him down or be better, that's even better. That says a lot about yourself as a fighter, right? You're able to mentally like basically outclass the other guy. That's like the best challenge.
Yeah, and it seems like like your styles, you and Kyle's styles are opposite. Looking at your professional record, it seems like all your wins have been by KO, TKO, where out of Kyle's wins, he has more submissions to the game. What are your expectations for that fight? Or since you've sparred it and fought with Kyle before, is that just he just takes what he has, or do you feel like you have a little bit more striking advantage over him?
No, what I think I have with any opponent, I believe that I have more mental capacity and trickery in my bag of tools than those guys. And that's everything else physical is it is what it is. But I believe I have a mental edge.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And what are your expectations for next Saturday night in Attica?
Man, I'm excited for it, man. Um, we fought many times, you know, in the gym, so this would be even better. I mean, I'm thinking about, you know, elbows. I'm thinking about spinning stuff, like crazy things that now I don't have to think about takedowns or wrestling or anything else. So I believe I'll make him look like a look like a, you know. I believe I'll perform better than Kyle.
I like it. And you know, we're expecting it's supposed to be a beautiful night. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be 80 degrees. You know, I think we're going to have a lot of walk up traffic. I know we're expecting between 2 and 5,000 people. And you know, obviously, full contact promotions is primarily a amateur promotion. You know, the
Hmm.
rising. You know, some of our athletes that we've had are making that jump to professional ranks. Jasmine from
Hmm.
Niagara, top team. She has a massive fight in Las Vegas, September 16th against Tracy Cortez. Jonathan Piersma, he's like, if he wins his fight September 15th at LFA, he should be getting a call to Dana White's Contender Series. Nat Kaba is the number one heavyweight in the U.S. Northeast, according to Tapology.
Hmm.
He's looking to make his pro jump. So you know, we turn it out, but every once in a while we get these pro kickboxing pro matches, and you know, I'm definitely excited to see professionals. Now, looking at your career, a couple things I want to touch base. How was your experience fighting in Bellator Fighting Championships?
It was as far as a personal performance, you know, I just got stuck mentally. It
Mm-hmm.
wasn't anything physical. I was 100%. Everything was on point. It was just mental, little mental blockage. And so I saw everything coming, you know, and it was a terrible, mentally was a terrible, you know, performance at Bellator.
Yeah, no, for
And
sure.
most of my fights have been like that, you know, either because of weight cut you know, or something just didn't click in the mind, in the mindset.
Yeah. And how taxing is a weight cut for an athlete if not done properly?
Oh man, I got more than most, so um, it's a lot taxing for me. Um, and I believe how you cut it and how you gain it both are equally important. And sometimes I cut properly and regain it, you know, not in a professional manner, and it hurts also.
Yeah, for sure. What is your normal walk around weight?
Back in the days when I was, hanging, teammates with Kyle, it was about, 90. I'd walk around 190 or, you know, 195 and then cut to 55. And right now, I've been 175. I've been staying lean because I'm hoping to get like last minute fights or some things like that. So I've been walking around lean and just watching my diet and all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And you fought a pretty notable UFC fighter, a very flamboyant fighter, but he's a grinder. What was it like fighting Jordan Levitt?
I had a terrible weight cut, so I didn't. It was just a weight cut that killed me. Nothing. I mean, he had nothing but just my. It was on my part that I lost that fight due to my own weight cut issues.
Yeah, so if you didn't think you had weight cut issues, do you think you could have had a chance to get the win on that one?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because he's pretty flamboyant. He's really fun. He's over the top. I saw that notable fight, and I was like, oh, let me ask about that. After this fight on Saturday night, August 19th in Attica, New York, the Veterans Memorial Park, what's next? What's next for Izzy?
Well, I'm still waiting on Bellator because um, I was expecting to, get a call from them soon, but I've been waiting for maybe a year, so I don't know. But I'm gonna still fight. It doesn't, stop me from fighting locally or within, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, Kentucky area, or um,
Yeah, I know the guys up at Combat FC up in Boston. If you ever want me to drop your name to, Rick Caldwell or Joe Cavallero up there, I'd be more than happy to, help you with that. Just make the connection for you. They run a great
of course,
promotion.
yeah.
They run a great
Uh-huh.
promotion up there. They have Randy Casa, they have Nathan Garib, among many others. So, anything I can do to help you. And then talking with Danny, he said, we kind of clarified this offline. Were you born in New Guinea, which is north of Australia, or New Guinea? Is that that's north of Australia? Were you born there?
Yes, I came to the U.S. in 2006 as a junior in high school.
Okay. What was that like?
Yeah, so I came. Well, if you ask anybody in the world, you say, "Would you like to go to America?" and they'll say, "Hell yeah!" Everyone wants to. They think America is and it is the best country in the world, in my opinion.
Love it.
So, I was dreaming about coming here, and when I had a chance, I came alone. I sold like 25 pigs. I raised about 25 pigs. I sold them, and then got a one-way ticket and came to the high school, paid my first semester
Wow.
school fees at the high school, and then just worked at the school and stayed here. And before you know, I'm staying all the whole time here, full
What
time.
what town and city and state did you land in?
Van Cleve, Kentucky. Or it's called Jackson, Kentucky.
Okay.
Like bunch of hillbillies.
So how did a guy from New Guinea end up in Kentucky?
So my principal back in New Guinea, um, he knew about that high school. So I did well in PNG as a high schooler.
Mhm.
So he said, "Hey, if you would like, I can recommend you to go to Jackson, Kentucky in the U.S." I'm like, "Hell yeah, sign me up." So I took a year off, went home, raised 25 pigs, sold all of them, gathered up the money, and paid my way back here.
I love it. And then Danny Kirkpatrick said that you were born into royalty, but you kind of changed that up a little bit, where you were born into like the head tribe. Your grandfather was the head guy in charge, and like being born into a tribe like that, does that get you any kind of like extras or expectations or anything like that?
No, yeah, I mean everyone listens to me basically when I go home because so we practice polygamy, right, back in my country, and so um my dad, my grandfather was the chief of the tribe, and then my grandmother was the first wife of the chief. That means my dad is from the first wife, and my dad is the first son of the first wife. And then I'm his first son. So it's kind of like, the connection of the, first wife of the chief, or first, my dad is the first son of the chief, and then I'm the first grandson for the, so I basically own most of the land there. When I go home, I tell people what to do. If my uncles have disputes over land or something like that, I go and, tell them what to do, and basically.
Yeah.
It's not like royalty, but more of I don't know, chief, our own kind of um, law and order, probably.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So how did a guy from New Guinea who sold pigs came to Kentucky find mixed martial arts?
Okay. After I did well in high school in Kentucky, I was the valedictorian. That's the second in class, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Out of so, and then someone recommended me to go to Akron for university.
Okay.
So I went to Akron, and then I played rugby for Akron. And rugby in the South Pacific, it's our main sport.
Yeah.
So it was easy for me. They had rugby there, so I played for Akron for the university. And
Mhm.
then, but in rugby, you don't have weight classes. Whoever is running towards you, you have to tackle them. So I got injured a lot. So I quit rugby, and then that semester I was working out at the rec center gym at school, and someone saw me and said, "Hey, there's a mixed martial arts gym nearby. Would you like to come and train?" Like, heck yeah! And the rest is history. I stayed there. I loved it, and I stayed there, and the rest is history. I did a lot of jiu-jitsu matches, boxing, 12 amateur fights, and then went pro.
Yeah. So, did you play any sports when you were in Kentucky as well, or no?
Yeah, they had like volleyball and track and all this BS sports, but I'm more into contact sport because in the South Pacific we play rugby. So
Yeah, absolutely. How often do you make it home to New Guinea?
while there, I went in 2000 and 11, I think, and then 2016 after I graduated from the university, and then recently I went there for some potential business dealings.
Okay. And now here in the United States, do you have a significant other?
Yes, I'm married to my wife, and we went to engineering school together at the university, and we have two daughters.
You have two daughters, you said. What do they
Yes.
what does your family think of you being a mixed martial artist? How old are your daughters, real quick?
One is almost 5, and the other one is 2, over 2.
Oh, okay. So what does your wife think, and what does your family think of you being a professional mixed martial artist?
They were introduced. She didn't have a choice. Though I mean, she knew that when we were dating and all that stuff, and she supports me 100%. I'm probably one of the blessed people on the planet where your significant other supports you and uh, go above and beyond.
Yeah, they go above and beyond. Yeah, absolutely. When do you get into town for the fight?
I was thinking Thursday night, but probably I'll be doing my last bit of training on Thursday, so probably I'll leave early Friday. That way I can get there around noon or you know late morning, and then relax up there and you know go for the weigh-ins. Head to the weigh-ins.
Yeah, head to the weigh-ins right at Louis Bar there for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Izzy, I really appreciate you taking the time away from your family to sit down and talk with us. We're definitely excited to see you and Kyle scrap in the main event this coming Saturday night, August 19th, from the Attica Veterans Memorial Park in Attica, New York. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Just sit tight, okay?
No worries. Thank you so much too.